In this video, I will show you a full aim routine in and outside of Valorant. Before this, I assume you already have your sense, crosshair, and settings all set. Alright, so my first routine is to play deathmatch for 2 rounds, once with Sheriff only, and the next with a Phantom or Vandal. The Sheriff deathmatch will train your crosshair placement as well as your one-taps, followed by the rifle, which will make you practice your spray control. I would recommend doing this every day, especially if you feel rusty. So after you're finished your warm-up, just go and comp if you feel like you did good in the deathmatch, but if you're still hesitant about your aim, try 1 or 2 more. If you're still not sure, try not to play for the day, as it will make you tilted and it will most likely end in a bad day. Also, I would only recommend Spike Rush if you haven't played for a while, but other than that, it isn't as effective as deathmatch. Now let's talk about the aim routine, which would slowly improve your aim in the long term. I recommend you do this after you finish your game session, because it isn't a warm-up, rather a long-term way to better your aim. This helped me go from Bronze 1 to Gold 3 in about 3 weeks, when I've been hard stuck for 2 months prior to when I implemented this. I have a Kovaaks routine and an in-game routine, if you don't want to buy Kovaaks. I recommend Kovaaks though, as it's only $10, but it has great value. So here's the Kovaaks routine, which I got from spiky.gg. There are 5 total required scenarios, and I recommend you do them for 5 to 10 minutes each daily, or about half an hour to an hour each day. So think Gauntlet easy, is great for tracking. I wouldn't recommend this unless you're completely new to FPS, because Valorant is mainly target clicking and crosshair placement. It doesn't take more than a second to kill someone, so tracking scenarios are usually not that important when it comes to Valorant. Next, we have Pat Target Switch. Pat Target Switch is great for target switching, obviously. The main thing to focus on is to try to aim at the next target as quick as possible. In this scenario, because it trains vertical and horizontal aim on moving bots. If you want more of a challenge, I recommend going for Pat Target Switch small version, which is basically harder to aim. Next, we have Pokeball Frenzy Auto TE. This scenario is very similar to 1 while 6 targets TE, but you have to hold on for a split second after you click, instead of tapping. This trains your flicking and click timing ability. It's great for trying to get better at moving your mouse in a specific distance from target to target in a short time, and seeing you will get so good it becomes muscle memory. Try to aim precisely the first time, instead of making micro adjustments for every shot. It's hard to break the habit, but it will save you a lot of time in the long run. I personally think this is the most important scenario, and you should spend at least 10 minutes a day doing this. Again, like most scenarios on the list, there's a small option if you're more intermediate. Box Target Switch. This scenario is similar to Pad Target Switch, but it's more horizontal. Also, the targets are smaller. This is more to train your long-range target switching, while Pad is mainly to train your close-range target switching. Next is Wide Wall 4 targets. Try to aim from target to target in one motion, even though they are very spread apart. This is a really good scenario to practice wide distance and click timing. Next is Floating Timing Heads Easy. This is similar to Pad Target Switch, except it's one shot. This would also train your target switching, minus the tracking. Next is Vox Target Click, with strafing. This is Vox Target Switch, but one-shot targets, and you can also counter-strafe, like how you can do it in Valorant. You can move, but most of the time I just stay still. I mainly practice counter-strafing in-game. Speaking of in-game, let's jump into the in-game aim routine. I try to use Sheriff and stand behind the sign, set armor on, and movement on. So you do 1 round of this. Then I stand on the right and on the left and kill the bots. I also like to counter strafe while I'm doing this. So in conclusion, spend 20 minutes in deathmatch using Sheriff and Vandal. If you don't feel confident, play more deathmatch or don't play comp for the day. After your session, follow the Kovaaks routine for 30 minutes to an hour, or do the aim training thing with the Sheriff.